This video, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a retargeting advert for any kind of ad on Facebook and Instagram. Now, if you don't know what a retargeting ad means, a retargeting advert simply means that you are creating an advert to follow people up who have engaged with your business before. So if somebody have watched your video and you want to retarget the person, you can do that with Facebook ad. If somebody have followed your page or have interacted with your page and you want to retarget the person, maybe you want to follow the person up, you can do that with your ad. If somebody have gone to your website, checked out your website, and you want to start following them up, you can do that with Facebook ad. So one thing that I love to do is, if somebody have interacted with my business, I don't just leave the person because maybe they didn't buy before because they don't trust me yet, or maybe they didn't buy because they got distracted. So it is good for you to create an advert to follow people up over and over again. And the easiest way to do that is what I'm going to show you in this video. Now let's go. Before you do that, you want to make sure that you have gotten a lot of people who have watched your video, have gotten a lot of people who have interacted with your Facebook page, and you have also sent a lot of people to website. Now, if you want to create retargeting ad, the key thing here is to give Facebook a lot of data. So if you have just gotten 10,000 video views, you don't want to be talking about creating retargeting ad. If you have just gotten 500 people to engage with your page, you don't want to be talking about creating retargeting ad. For instance, most times before I create a retargeting ad, I make sure that I've gotten over 100,000 video views. I make sure that I've sent almost 5,000 people to my website, you understand? So that the data will be big enough to give Facebook so that they can actually give you something better for themselves. Now, how do you do that? You simply come to All Tools. So we're going to start creating retargeting ad. The first step is come to All Tools, click on Audiences. All right, click on Audiences. Now let's go. We're going to go to create that audience, because that somebody have watched the video, it doesn't mean that the audience are just going to be there. You have to create the audience yourself, and how to do that is what I'm going to show you right now. So when we come here, you come to create audience and you click on this custom audience. All right, so if you want to create audience of everybody who have gone to our website but did not subscribe or did not become a customer, we're just going to click on website. So you see that the sources are different, so we're going to click on sources on the website, click on next. The next thing here is we're going to click on any. So include people who meet any of the following criteria. Sources, lead masterclass, which is the pixel. Of course, you must have installed your pixel. So if you don't know how to do that, watch video on how to install pixel. Event, all website visitors, in the last 180 days. I think 180 days is their maximum. All right, all website visitors. So I can try to give this an audience name so that I can remember it. Website visitors 180 days. All right, I don't do anything in the description is just a way to tell you, maybe you can write more description about the audience so that you don't forget. So the next thing I do here is I click on create audience. All right, click on create audience. And then I don't want to start creating lookalike audience. This video is just going to be how to create custom audience to retarget people, so I do not confuse you. So I will just click on done. Now I've just created the website audience in 180 days. The next type of audience is people who have watched my videos. So if 400,000 people have watched my video, I want to retarget all of them with a certain advert. Okay, so I'm going to talk to you about the type of advert you need to use to retarget people. So let's go. I'm going to click on create audience, custom audience. Then I am going to find, okay, I'm going to find video. All right, video. So audience of people who have watched my video. Okay, next. People who have watched, is it 10 seconds? Is it 25 seconds? Is it 50%? See, I always love to go with people who have watched at least 50% of my video, because if you go with 25%, maybe people can actually just mistakenly start watching a video on Facebook. So it doesn't mean that they are so much interested. So, but I feel like if you have watched the video like 50%, meaning if the video is 5 minutes, you have watched 2 minutes and a half. If the video is 10 minutes, you have watched 5 minutes. So there are some, this is my belief, you can try other one, but if you watch 50% of a video, maybe there are some level of interest that kept you going for 50%. So I always like to go for 50%. Then I can now select all the videos that I'm trying to use to retarget people. Now for this page, I have a lot of pages, but let me see if I can just choose one of those pages. All right, let me see if I can choose one of those pages for the purpose of this video. Now, these are some of the videos I have posted on the page, even the one I've used to run ad. So you are going to see this thing that is showing you here. Don't mind it. So some of these videos have gathered 5,000 views. Like this one now have gathered to 7,000 views, right? So if I want to select any of the video, I can just click select. I can select all of them, all right? I can select all the video you're seeing here. And then I will now click on confirm. Confirm. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this an audience name, of course, video view 360 days. So I like to just give it a name so I don't forget. All right. Create audience. Now we have just created two types of audiences. Okay. Two types of audiences. The next one we're going to create is people who have engaged with our Facebook page. So this is where you see Facebook page. Next, always leave this at any. All right, so everybody who have engaged with my Facebook page in the last 365 days, that's what I'm creating now. When you come here, there are certain options. I would really encourage you to just choose anybody who have engaged with my page, because engage with your page now automatically comprises all other options. Now let's read this. Include people who have visited your page or taken an action on a post or ad, such as reaction, share, comment, link click. So you see, it comprises every other ones here. So always choose those who have engaged with your page. All right. So let me just say this. Sales Hour Conference page engagers 360 days. Now I'm going to just put 2025 here because I want to differentiate, because I've created this page engager in 2024. So I want to differentiate which one is for 2025 and which one is for 2024. So remember that it's 360 days. All right. So I click create audience and I will just click on done. Now there can be other type of audiences that you can create. You can create audience of Instagram accounts, assuming you have an Instagram account. You can create audience of people who have filled the lead form and then retarget them. You understand? But then I always, most times, I go to websites, video views, and Facebook page. I don't know, for some reason, Instagram, I'm not active on Instagram, but if you are so active on Instagram, then you do the same thing I did with the Facebook page and you're good to go. All right. So the next thing here now is, you see, let me show you all the audiences we have created. This is the first, this is the another one of the audiences, this is one of the audiences, this is one of the audiences. See, it is showing populating. Populating simply means that this audience have not populated enough. So you might want to, after creating the audience, you might want to give it like 1 hour, and when you come back you see that the audience size is going to start showing. All right, but what I want to show you now is how we can go into our ad manager and create a retargeting ad, because when you keep hearing retargeting ad, you feel that it is one big deal. It is not. What makes retargeting ad to work just like other adverts, it is the amount of creative, amount of copy, amount of hooks, amount of angle that you test. But if it's about creating the main ad, it is simply just like creating other ad. The only difference is that we are going to be choosing this audience when we are doing our targeting, so that our advert will only show to this audience. Are you following me now? Okay, let's go into our ad manager. Let's go into our ad manager and just hit create right away. Okay, let's hit create right away. Now, if you want to start creating the ad, the first thing you do is you click on create. Of course, click on create. It's going to show you all this. Now, of course, if it is for lead, you go for lead. If it is for sale, you still go for sale. For this purpose of this ad, I'm going to go with lead and I will continue. All right, go with lead, continue. Now we're going to name this retargeting so that we can always remember it. Okay. Retargeting ad. Retargeting ad. We're going to name it retargeting. Then I don't like campaign budget. I love to leave this at ad set budget. So if you're following my method of running ad, just change it from campaign budget to ad set budget. All right. The next thing we do is to click on next so that it takes us to the ad set column. We are also going to name this retargeting. Let's name it retargeting too, because the advert is for retargeting. Why we are naming it is that when we come back to this ad manager, we can easily locate that, oh, this is the advert we have created. Now, conversion location. Do you want them to go to website? Do you want them to come on WhatsApp? Do you want them to go back and fill in start form? It is left for you. So you always choose what you want. For the purpose of this advert, I'm going to go for instant form. So I want them to fill instant form when they see this advert. All right. Now, the next thing here is I choose my page. Now, if you choose your page and you have not accepted the meta terms and condition for this page, you just click on view terms and you accept it. Let me see if I can find a page that I have not accepted so that you see. So you see, it's asking me to view term. So I'll just click on this view term and click on this I agree to terms and condition, and then voila, it is good to go. Okay, so that red flag is no longer showing here. So the next thing here is maximize number of conversion lead or maximize number of lead. Now I always say this: if you want to go for quality, go for the second one. If you want to go for quantity, go for the first one. For the sake of this ad, I actually want to go for quality. For quantity, I don't know, I feel like even when I go for quantity, most times, as long as I do a good job, at the end of the day, most people end up either becoming my customer or helping me get more customer. Now, let me explain it briefly. If you don't become a customer and you end up becoming an ambassador for my brand, you are already helping me to get customer. Do you understand? Most people actually think that, oh, I want to generate 5,000 lead, and out of those 5,000, I want 3,000 to now pay. No, 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 it doesn't work like that, right? It's either they pay you or they can give you testimonial, or they can become your follower, which will help you to increase perception that people have, or they can actually refer their customer to you, or you can make them an affiliate. Or you say, anytime you refer somebody to me, I am going to pay so money. They didn't buy you, but they're also helping you to sell. And that's because you prioritize quantity. I'm not saying that you can't do quality. I'm only saying that, maybe you want to try both of them to see which one actually gets you results. And one mistake people make is that they want to generate 500 lead and they want 200 people to buy. It doesn't work like that. And the moment I realized that it doesn't work like that, I started working with 1% conversion, 3% conversion, so that even if I end up converting more, that becomes a plus for me. All right. So I will go for maximum number of lead for this ad. Then the next thing, of course, I will choose my budget. It's a retargeting ad, so I don't always like to use big budget. I'll use 2,000. It is daily budget I'm using, not lifetime budget. And then the start date, this is October 2nd. I want it to start October 3rd by 4 a.m. in the morning. All right, by 4 a.m. in the morning. So the next one here is, now this is where we are going to put that audience. Please pay attention. So this audience that we created, this is where we're going to put it. Of course, we're going to choose location, which is Nigeria or any other country you want to use, or any other state you want to use. But you see these custom audiences. This is where you're going to see those audiences you created. Custom audiences. Let's edit it. So they are going to ask you to select your custom audiences. So you are going to just come outside this column, this place that is empty. You're going to click on it 1 or 2 times, and you see all these three things pop up. Now you come to this custom column and you see all of those audiences that I created. You see, when I go here, it is still populating. When I go here, populating. When I go here, populating. Now, what did I say? I said that you need to give it time for it to populate. But because we're creating the advert now, we are not going to see the audience size. So for this type of advert, I want to create a retargeting advert for 3 of them. Now, on some cases, I would like to create a different advert for each of them. But for the purpose of this advert, I want to create for 3 of them. Now, if I want to create advert for each of them, it's very simple. This particular advert, I'm going to choose only one. I'm going to create another advert, I'm going to choose the second one. I'm going to create another advert, I'm going to choose the second one. One of the reasons that I like to create it separately sometimes is because it allows me to use different copy that is specific. So if I'm targeting people who have engaged with my page, the copy is going to look different. If I'm targeting people who have watched my video, the copy might say something like, okay, so I noticed you watched my video, you saw the offer I made. Do you understand? If I'm targeting people who have gone to my website, so I just noticed that you went to my website to check out the so offer I was promoting, but for some reason you did not opt in. For some reason you did not buy. Do you understand? So if you are creating the advert separately, it helps you to make the copy very specific. But for the purpose of this ad, I'm just going to select the 3 of them. But I hope I have explained what I mean if you want to create separate ad. Okay. So I'm going to select the 3 audiences that I created. I just selected 2. Now let me select the remaining one. This is the remaining one. So those are the 3 audiences. Normally I'm supposed to see the audience size here. However, because this is a retargeting ad, you might not see the audience here. All right, fewer than 1,000. Don't worry, like I said, it's because it is still populating. And besides, that's why I say you should give Facebook a large audience. You should allow your advert to run for a long time. You should allow it to gather enough data, gather a lot of views, send a lot of people to websites, get a lot of people to engage with your Facebook page before you even start thinking of running a targeting ad, so that your audience can be big enough. All right, I hope that makes sense. So after we do that, now we no longer touch anything here because this is not the normal ad. If it was the normal ad, that's where we touch something here. This is the retargeting ad, and we want Facebook to target our advert, showing it to only this audience. The next thing here is placement. Now, for retargeting advert, always, please leave this thing at automatic, which means you are going to leave all of these things turned on. So you don't want to be manually selecting, oh, I want it to show on Facebook. No. Leave it turned on. This is already a retargeting advert. And this is how you do it in a way that your advert will follow people everywhere they go. They check their email address, they are seeing your advert. They open the application that accept ad, they are seeing your advert. They go on their story, your advert is there. They go on their array, your advert is there. They check their timeline, your advert is there. So they open their Google, they are seeing your advert because you have selected all placements. All right, so I don't even touch it as long as it's retargeting advert. The next one here is that I click on next. Now, of course, I'm going to name this thing again a retargeting ad so that I can remember it. Yeah, I'm going to name it retargeting ad so that I can remember it. Okay, the next thing here is I have chosen the page, so I'm not going to choose it again. Now I'm going to choose, if I have chosen instant form, this is where they are going to ask me to choose the form. I have created several videos on how to create instant form. This video is not one of them. So I'm just going to choose the form, assuming the page I created, assuming the page that I chose has an instance form in it. So I'm just going to choose the form. So the next thing I'm going to do here is to select the creative. Which creative do I want to use? Is it image or video? For the purpose of this advert, I'm going to use image ad. So when I choose image, it's going to take me to the media library of my Facebook, and it's going to ask me to select an image. If the image I want to use is not uploaded yet, this is where you click on upload. It takes you down to your computer, and you can easily now upload the image or the video. So I don't want to start uploading anything now because I already have the images here. So let me uncheck this. So let's say, for instance, this is the image I want to use. I just select it, and then this is where you now put in your ad copy. Now let me just give you a few tips for writing ad copy. Of course, this is where you put it. For writing ad copy for retargeting ad, step 1, make sure that you show a lot of testimonial. You know how you can show testimonial in writing, right? It must not be picture. For instance, after going through my training, Amaka said that she closed 500 sales in 30 days. After learning my lead generation secrets, Mr. Chinedu said that he started generating 3,000 leads. You understand? This is testimonial in writing. It's not only when you are showing screenshot that you are showing testimonial. You can say, after attending the sales conference, Mrs. Ebere, a skincare vendor, made 5 million naira in 60 days. All right. After coming to the sales conference, Mr. John from Abuja, who is selling shoe, sold more than 500 pieces in 27 days. So you have to include all these forms of testimonial in your ad copy. You have to include it in your ad copy because this is already a retargeting advert. You just want to show people, oh, I noticed you did not take action. Why? Is it because you have not trusted me enough? You don't know whether I will deliver? Well, let me show you some few testimonials. All right. So for instance, now let me see if I can write just a few ad copy here, just a very small ad copy, because this is for the purpose of the video. Hey, Agatha sold 138 clothes in 13 days. So it's going to be like a testimonial based kind of headline. So once I finish writing everything here, you actually make sure that everything you wrote is correct. You select this, the call to action, maybe apply now, subscribe, download, learn more, or anything. For me, I'm going to use sign up. Then you click next. Of course, you skip and continue, and then you click on done. Okay. Once you finish that, I am almost done with retargeting adverts. Because when you hear retargeting advert, you think there is one big giant thing that would do. No, 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 no. This is just simple way to create a retargeting ad. So once I do that, I now hit on publish. Now, like I said, the juice in retargeting advert is not in the creating of the advert. It is in the testing of different copies, different angles, different stories until you get that thing that is working for you, and then you start using it over and over again. I hope this video have been helpful. Cheers. I'll see you in the next one.